Barry Gibb's story begins not in the glow of spotlight or the luxury of fame, but in a modest home where every coin was counted, and a mother prayed that the pot would stretch just one more night. Born on September 1st, 1946, in the Isle of Man, Barry entered a world not filled with riches, but with love, determination, and the resilience of his parents, Hugh and Barbara. His father, a drummer by trade, worked tirelessly but often returned home exhausted, while his mother infused warmth into their challenging life. Despite the hardships, Barry's childhood was shaped by the unbreakable bond of family, a force that would later become central to his career. From a young age, life taught him endurance, as a scalding accident at 2 years old left him with a mark that would define his life in more ways than one. The power of family and music in early life. Though their home life was filled with uncertainty and constant relocation, Barry found solace in the constant rhythm of his father's drums and the melodies that would echo through their kitchen. The Gibb family moved frequently from one place to another, but the sound of music remained a constant anchor for Barry. With his twin brothers, Robin and Maurice, he would harmonize together as the world around them seemed to be shifting. In these early days, their music was not for fame, but for survival. The sounds they created were their lifeline, their means of coping with the uncertainty that loomed over their lives. These humble beginnings in the kitchen, filled with familial love and music, would soon lay the foundation for what would become the Bee Gees. The Rattlesnakes, a young dreamer's first stage. By the time Barry was 11, he and his brothers were already performing in local venues under the name the Rattlesnakes. They didn't play for applause or recognition, but simply to make ends meet. The boys would sing popular tunes by artists like Buddy Holly and the Everly Brothers. Despite facing moments of adversity, like the night Barry's guitar split mid-performance, they didn't give up. Instead, these moments taught them valuable lessons about perseverance and the power of music to both heal and connect. They were learning early that success in music wasn't about immediate glory, but about resilience, determination, and a deep commitment to their craft, even when it felt like hope was just out of reach. A new beginning. Moving to Australia. In August of 1958, the Gibb family made a life-changing decision to leave the United Kingdom and migrate to Australia. With little more than their suitcases and dreams, they boarded the fair sea, seeking a fresh start in the sun-drenched land of Redcliffe. The new life they encountered was not filled with promises of fortune, but with hard work and determination. Barry and his brothers sang wherever they could, from local car races to community gatherings. Music became their survival, their only way of carving out an existence in a new country. By the time Barry was 15, he made the life-altering decision to focus entirely on music, choosing it over schooling. This choice would forever define the path his life would take, as he dedicated himself to his craft, even when faced with early disappointments. The rise of the Bee Gees, first glimpse of fame. In 1966, Barry's persistence began to bear fruit. He was no longer just a boy with a dream. He was becoming a recognized figure in the music industry. The Bee Gees started to gain attention, not just for their vocals, but for their songwriting talent. With the release of their early hits like New York Mining Disaster 1941, the Bee Gees' unique blend of harmony and emotion began to resonate with audiences worldwide. Their music, often compared to that of the Beatles, marked the beginning of their rise to fame. But with fame came the realization that success in the spotlight often came at a personal cost. Despite the early successes, the pressures of the industry and the demands of fame began to take their toll. The tension behind the music. Family and career challenges. As their success grew, so did the tensions within the Bee Gees. Creative differences and the pressures of being constantly in the public eye began to strain the brothers' relationships. Barry, feeling the weight of comparisons and the strain of the group dynamic, began experimenting with solo projects in an attempt to find his own identity outside of the Bee Gees. However, despite these struggles, the brothers' bond was strong enough to pull them back together. These years of creative conflict became the foundation for some of the Bee Gees' most introspective songs, touching on themes of heartbreak and reconciliation. Barry learned that while family and music could be a source of strength, they could also be the source of his greatest challenges. Reinvention in Miami. Discovering the falsetto. In 1974, Barry Gibb found himself at a crossroads, both personally and professionally. It was in Miami that he discovered the falsetto voice that would redefine his career. Working with producer Arif Mardin, Barry experimented with his voice, creating a sound that would soon become iconic. The Bee Gees' new style, showcased in hits like Jive Talkin' and Nights on Broadway, marked the beginning of their transformation into disco legends. But it was the release of the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack in 1977 that cemented their place in music history. The album, which sold over 40 million copies, turned the Bee Gees into global superstars. Despite the overwhelming success, Barry never lost sight of what mattered most: the music itself and the deep connection it created with listeners around the world. The songwriting legacy beyond the Bee Gees. Barry Gibb's talent extended far beyond the Bee Gees. As a prolific songwriter, he penned hits for other legendary artists, including Barbra Streisand, Dionne Warwick, Kenny Rogers, and Dolly Parton. His ability to craft timeless songs that spoke to the heart became one of his most enduring legacies. Even when the public's tastes shifted and backlash against disco arose, Barry remained committed to creating music that resonated with people. His falsetto, once a trademark of disco, became a tool for storytelling, conveying emotion and vulnerability. Throughout it all, Barry kept his focus on the creative process, avoiding the limelight outside of his music. His dedication to his craft and his discipline in the studio ensured that his music would continue to impact generations to come. Personal loss and endurance. The weight of grief. Barry Gibb's life has been marked by profound personal losses that tested his resilience. In 1988, his younger brother Andy passed away, leaving Barry to navigate the grief while continuing his musical commitments. 4 years later, his father Hugh, the patriarch of the Gibb family, passed away, leaving another hole in his heart. The most devastating blow came in 2003 when Maurice, his twin brother and musical partner, passed away suddenly. The Bee Gees, as they had been, were no more. These losses shaped Barry's perspective on life, teaching him that survival was not about triumphing over adversity, but about continuing to move forward despite the pain. Each loss reminded him that grief was not something to overcome, but something to endure with grace. The power of love and stability in family. Amid the chaos of fame and loss, Barry found stability in love. He married Linda Gray in 1970, and together, they built a life centered on family and mutual support. Linda became the steady presence that Barry needed during the difficult times, grounding him when temptation, grief, and fatigue threatened to overwhelm him. Their relationship served as a reminder that life's true meaning is not found in accolades or fame, but in the love and loyalty shared within the home. Barry's first marriage to Maureen Bates, though brief, had also taught him valuable lessons about balance and responsibility, preparing him for the enduring partnership that would support him through life's ups and downs. Miami as sanctuary, reflection and renewal. Barry's time in Miami became a period of both reflection and renewal. North Bay Road, with its breathtaking views of Biscayne Bay, provided the perfect backdrop for Barry to recharge and refocus. The house, filled with guitars and platinum records, stood as a testament to his decades of work, perseverance, and creativity. Barry found peace not in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments spent with family and in the music that had always been his anchor. Miami became a sanctuary, a place where he could reflect on his journey and find meaning in the art he had created. It was here that Barry realized that his true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in the music he had shared with the world. Survival as an art, health, grief, and perseverance. Barry Gibb's life became a testament to the art of survival. He faced numerous challenges, health scares, arthritis, canceled tours, and the shadow of grief that tested his physical and emotional limits. Yet, through it all, Barry never stopped writing, recording, and performing. Music became his therapy, a constant companion that allowed him to process his pain and continue moving forward. The studios, the guitars, the quiet moments spent walking along the shoreline. These rituals preserved not just his career, but his sanity. In the face of hardship, Barry showed that survival was not about avoiding pain, but about finding the strength to continue despite it. Legacy of the Bee Gees, a timeless sound. As the last surviving member of the Bee Gees, Barry Gibb carries the weight of the musical legacy created by his brothers. Together, they crafted songs that have become part of the cultural fabric, with classics like Staying Alive and How Deep Is Your Love continuing to resonate with listeners today. These songs represent more than just pop history. They are the product of a family's love, resilience, and dedication to their craft. Barry's voice, once part of a harmonious trio, now stands as a reminder of the bond shared between three brothers who faced life's trials together. The music they created continues to inspire and uplift, a testament to their enduring legacy. The Last Leaf, a testimony to endurance. Barry once described himself as the last leaf on the tree, a metaphor for endurance and resilience. Leaves don't boast, they simply bear witness to the storms, seasons, and changes that life brings. Barry's life reflects this same quiet strength. He continues to write, sing, and create, honoring not just the music, but the people, trials, and love that gave it life. Each song he writes, each melody he crafts, carries with it the weight of history, loss, and survival. Through it all, Barry remains humble, understanding that the heart of his journey is not in fame or accolades, but in the enduring power of love, music, and family. Barry Gibb's enduring legacy. Music as memory. For Barry Gibb, music is more than just a career. It is a living memory. Every note he sings recalls the early days of his family's struggles, the quiet moments of creativity in his youth, and the triumphs and losses that have shaped his life. His music carries the echoes of family dinners, hardships, breakthroughs, and moments of joy. It is a reminder that music is not only an art form, but also a powerful way to preserve and express the most significant moments of life. Through his songs, Barry has created a legacy that will continue to resonate for generations to come. A life remembered. The human element of Barry Gibb's journey. Barry Gibb's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. His life is not defined by fame or fortune, but by the love and dedication he has shown to his family, his craft, and his fans. He has faced unimaginable loss, navigated the pressures of fame, and continued to create music that has touched millions. But beyond the accolades and the awards, Barry's greatest legacy lies in the quiet acts of love, loyalty, and perseverance that have defined his life. His story is one of endurance, family, and the transformative power of music. Final reflection: a life of love, loyalty, and music. In the end, Barry Gibb's story is a reminder that life is about more than just fame or success. It is about the love we give, the family we cherish, and the songs we leave behind. From his humble beginnings in Manchester to his rise as one of the world's greatest musicians, Barry's journey has been marked by resilience, love, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. His music will continue to inspire and uplift, reminding us that the most important legacies are those that are built on love, loyalty, and the enduring power of connection.